Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Steffen, and I'm a financial education specialist at Manulife Financial. I've had the opportunity to meet many of you personally face-to-face and or digitally in the past year. You've been notified of the upcoming changes with your Manulife Group Retirement Program, and today I'm going to go over these changes in detail. So let's get started. So today I'm going to talk about the following. What's remaining the same? What's new? Key information, reviewing your group retirement savings program, reviewing your investments, and online services and support. So what's remaining the same? Your MacDon plan design remains the exact same. So I'm going to review the details in a few slides regarding all of this. Now for what's new. So as you know, your MacDon program is moving under the Linamar RPP and RRSP program. This does involve some change for you, some of which you will have a bit to do, and some of which that you'll have nothing to do. I'm going to talk about all of this. Part of some of the change is that you'll now have access to a different online site, but please don't worry, this member site can be accessed right from where you've already been logging into your VIP room up until now. You're all going to receive a welcome letter from Manulife containing something called a customer number and instructions on how to register for your account on the member secure site I was just speaking about. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in a little bit. Your investments will be transferred in two different transactions. The first is your RRSP. These assets will automatically be transferred to the Linamar program on March 16th. Please be aware there will be a blackout period from March 12th to March 17th. During this time, you will not be able to access your VIP room online. The second transfer is the pension assets, and those will be transferred when we get government approval. So once we receive that, then those pension assets will be moved over. Don't worry though, you'll have access to your pension, so that's going to stay in the VIP room until we receive this approval. And you'll also have access to your RSP account on the member secure site under the Linamar program. On March 1st, your new RSP and RPP account will be set up. This is important to understand. So your RPP and RSP contributions are going to be directed to the new Linamar plan. You will then need to register for access to the member secure site, and you'll have been sent two beneficiary designation forms that you must complete and send to Manulife. So I'm going to talk about where to send those beneficiary designation forms later in this presentation. So to recap, you will have a new RSP and RPP plan starting March the 1st. All of your contributions going forward will be in these accounts. Your RSP balance will be moved over to this new plan on March 16th. And your registered pension plan will be moved over again once we receive that government approval. So you can continue to access the VIP room to view your RPP that is under the MacDon plan, and you'll also be able to access your new RSP and RPP accounts under the Linamar plan on the member secure site you will register for. Again, you'll receive the welcome letter outlining how to do this, and I'll show you that a little bit today. Carol, if you don't mind doing me a favor, and can you just mute your line? I'm just hearing a lot of background static on your end. Thank you. One of the announcements that you have received recently included something called fund mapping. So this has the investments that you're currently in your fund lineup under the MacDon plan in both your RPP and your RSP plans, and it shows you money that will be moved over and how that's going to be moved over. So for example, in your current RSP account, if you are invested in one of the Avenue portfolios, your money will be mapped over to the BlackRock LifePath Index Fund closest to your 65th birthday. I will explain what this fund means later in the presentation. You do not have to do anything. This is automatically completed for you. Another example is if you're invested in the MIM, Fundamental Canadian Equity Fund. Your money will be mapped over to the Moore Canadian Fund. This will automatically take place for your RSP funds on March the 16th and for RPP existing assets when we get that government approval that I've talked about. So if you do not want the new fund mapping based on this chart, you'll have until March the 11th to make investment changes to the corresponding fund that you'd like on the left-hand side of this chart. So if you'd like to do some research on the new fund lineup, as well as comparing to the current fund lineup, you can certainly do so, and I'll show you the site for you to visit in a couple of slides. And that site is also listed in the announcement that you've already received. If you have any questions whatsoever, we are here to help you. So there'll be more upcoming sessions. And if you need to attend another session as well, if you've got further questions, by all means, register for one of those as well. So let's continue by looking at the details of your group retirement program. And remember, there's no change to the program details, but it's nice to have a little review. So for your RPP and your RSP, all full-time employees can join. You have to join the registered pension plan, but you do not have to join the RSP. When can you join? On the first day of the month following 12 months of service from your most recent date of hire for both of these plans. In terms of the contributions, what you're going to see online on your Manulife app, and when you talk to Manulife, you're going to see required contributions. So there's going to be member required, there's going to be sponsor required, and there's also going to be member voluntary. So when you dig a little deeper, you'll actually see, okay, the member required is what you're contributing, and then it'll actually be listed as member voluntary, because the sponsor required is going to be the company contribution. So I kind of chopped that up a little bit, but the sponsor required will be 8.5% of your earnings, which will be automatically contributed to the pension plan. And the voluntary contributions will be to your RSP plan if you would like. And so that's how it'll look. It'll say member voluntary, sponsor required. So with regards to transferring money into the plan, you can certainly do so. So if you've got a previous pension from a previous employer, you can certainly transfer that in to your Manulife account. So it'd be typically called a LIRA. Also, if you've got an RSP elsewhere, you can certainly do so as well. You can make lump sum contributions in to your RSP account. So you can actually link your checking account to your Manulife account. It takes a matter of minutes to do that. And even if you don't plan on doing that anytime in the near future, once you have access to your new member site, I would recommend doing that. That way, when you're wanting to actually make a last minute contribution, you're not running around looking for that banking information. You can make withdrawals from your RSP account. If you leave or retire from the company, the full value of the account belongs to you for both of these plans. And so what's going to happen is that you're going to receive an options statement. And on that option statement, it's going to let you know what your options are. So would you like to leave that with Manulife Financial? Do you want to move that to another institution? So that's entirely up to you. You just need to address that when you receive that. If you pass away while you're employed, the balance of your account will go to your beneficiary. And I'm going to talk about that beneficiary and those forms a little bit more in the presentation. So this next session, I will discuss your investment options. So as promised, and also shown on the announcement that you received already, this is the site to visit to do some research on your new investment lineup, as well as take an opportunity for those that may also want to do comparisons on the existing fund lineup that is being replaced by that new fund lineup. Based on the fund mapping, the majority of the assets will be moving into the BlackRock LifePath Index Fund that I showed you on the mapping slide. They are retirement date funds. So these are portfolio funds. And what does that mean, portfolio? So portfolio is a basket of investments. And as you can see, there are 9 of these baskets. Each one is represented by a future retirement year in increments of 5 years, with one that is right in retirement. All you have to do is select the year that you plan to retire, take the fund that closely matches the year that you're going to. And what happens next is your basket filled with a whole bunch of investments will automatically get more conservative the closer that you get to retirement. You don't have to do anything. This route is typically best suited for those that aren't going to monitor and rebalance their portfolios and want their portfolios to be managed by fund managers that are investment professionals. So for example, if I'm going to retire in 25 years, that would be 2046, I would take the 2045 retirement date fund and I'm done. And again, that basket of mine is going to get more conservative the closer that I get to retirement. Now, there are a few members that will be moving into funds available on the new fund lineup where you can build your own portfolio. So putting your own basket of investments together. So just remember, if at any point down the road, you can make adjustments to your investments and investment instructions. So just to recap on the Manulife VIP site. So this is where you continue to go for your MacDon information. So your last day to access your RSP in the VIP room will be March the 11th. You will continue to use the VIP room to access your MacDon RPP. The Manulife member site is where you will see both of your new RSP and RPP accounts. Here's how to register for your Linamar account to view your new RSP and RPP accounts. This information will be sent to you in a welcome letter, and you will see that it is quite familiar because, as I mentioned, this is the same route to access your VIP room. You'll need to go to manulife.ca/GRO, then click on the Sign In tab. Now, up until now, to access your investments, you've been going to the VIP room by clicking on this right here, where it says My Group Retirement or VIP Room. Well, to register to be able to view your new RSP and RPP accounts, you'll need to also click on the exact same outline box that says My Group Retirement or VIP Room. So here's the sign-in page for your VIP room and also the sign-in page for the member secure site that your new RSP and RPP will be in. So to access your VIP room, you would have been inputting your user ID and password right at the top 2 boxes. After you register for the member site, you'll be able to view your new RSP and RPP accounts. And in order to do so, you will need your customer number. And just remember that customer number will be in that welcome letter that you're going to receive from Manulife. The welcome letter also outlines exactly what I've been doing here. You have to input that customer number in the empty box that is highlighted on the screen and click Sign Up Now. I will show you a couple of slides what that registration process looks like, but once you're done and come back to this site, you'll be able to access the VIP room with your user ID and password and the member secure site with your email address and password. So very easy and quick to do. After entering your customer number, you'll be taken to this page. You'll need to enter your name, email address, and the password that you'd like to have for your new member site. You will be then asked for your verification questions. And once you're registered for the member secure site, this is what your account will look like when you first log in, with the exception of these 2 bar charts in the middle of the screen. And I'm going to discuss these 2 bar charts and what they mean shortly. So again, you'll have access to contributions made after March 1st for both your new RSP and RPP accounts, the RSP balance that will be transferred over on March 16th, and the RPP balance that will be transferred over once we get that government approval. And you'll be notified once we get that government approval. You will also see your current account balance, which will be displayed for these plans. The message center, it contains important messages and updates regarding your account. The learning center, so features that have useful tools and resources to help make financial planning a positive experience. And these tools are free and exclusively available to you as a member of your group program. And then in the middle of the screen, your estimated annual retirement income. And that's displayed on the home page as well after you've set a retirement goal using something called the STEPS retirement calculator. The graph will indicate your estimated annual retirement income compared to your goal. And we'll show you if you're on track to achieve your goal. And again, I'm going to discuss that in more detail in a little bit. It's very important that you complete the beneficiary forms that have been sent to you. So remember to complete both of them and to send them to Manulife. You can send to Manulife by emailing us the forms, and our email address is gro@manulife.ca, and you'll find this in the Contact Us tab at the top of this homepage in your new account. Or also, you're going to find that email address on the welcome letter that you're going to be receiving. You can also send these two forms by using the online Send a Doc feature in the Quick Links area that is just right over here. So we see where it says Quick Links and then Send Documents. You can click on that, and this is very quick, secure, and easy to do. So you can pick which way you prefer to send us those forms. So if you need to adjust your beneficiary information going forward, here is where you can find these forms. So in the My Account tab, you can view your account balance. You can view recent transactions, which is where you will see the transaction of the move from your MacDon RSP account to the Linamar RSP. You can also view your statements for the two new accounts, so anything going forward. Regarding downloading historical statements from your MacDon RSP, you can download duplicate statements till the end of February, and for your RPP till that account gets moved when we get government approval. And again, you're going to receive notification when we're notified. Under the My Investments tab, this is where you can view the new investment lineup for all the new contributions from March 1st and on, as well as your RSP that is moving over, and the RPP once we receive approval. You can view your new investment as well as your new personal rates of return. If you want your investments to correlate to your investor style, you can find out that investor style by completing the investor strategy worksheet. As mentioned earlier, you can change your investments and or your investment instruction. So what are you doing on your next paycheck? And you can do so by either calling Manulife and we can do it for you. We can walk you through how to do it online, or even you can do it online by yourself. It's easy, it's quick, and it's free to do. Transfer between investments, change my investment instructions. Under the My Profile tab, you can view your personal information and make any changes that needs doing so. So you'll be able to view your beneficiary information for both accounts here. So just make sure to complete those beneficiary forms that you were sent, email or send to us using that Send a Doc feature that I showed you, and then double check right here just to ensure that that information has been uploaded. Your new online account has an incredible program called the STEPS Retirement Program. I can't say enough about this program. It is very similar to the retirement calculator that you have access to in the VIP room. After you complete the STEPS retirement program, you will see these two bar charts in the middle of the screen. The bar chart on the left is your goal. So how much do you want to earn in retirement? The bar chart on the right is your estimated annual retirement income. So what are you on pace to achieve in retirement per year? The program takes about 15, maybe 20 minutes to complete and will help you determine a few things, a few important things. So when you can retire, how much you'll get in retirement per year, and where that money is going to come from. So you're going to be asked to complete two goals. When do you want to retire? And how much do you want to earn in retirement per year? I don't care what you set for goals, just complete the program and see what you're on pace to achieve, if you're on track to meet your goals or not. So you'll be asked to include other accounts that you're going to rely off in retirement. So maybe you've got another RRSP. Maybe you've got a tax-free savings account, maybe some shares that you have somewhere. You can include that information. You can also include spousal information and also future retirement income. So like another pension that you may have from a previous employer, maybe a part-time job that might generate some income down the road. Where the program is effective is by going back into it again and again and again, making adjustments until you're on pace to achieve your goals. You want these two bar charts basically to be the same. You might have to adjust your goals. If you're like me and you refuse to, maybe you have to save a little bit more, or maybe a lot more. Maybe also your budgeting may need some adjustment. So to include your retirement, and a bit more than that may lead to some cutting of your spending. So it is quite a very simple program, but it's very effective and it's a huge wake-up call, and I highly recommend going through that. To do that initially, you would click on Steps. Manulife has Plan Right advisors. These advisors are salaried employees of Manulife that are financial advisors that can help you with retirement planning, insurance and banking solutions, investment options outside of your plan, inside your plan, and even personal financial plans. So should you choose to meet with one of our Plan Right advisors, at your first meeting, you can expect to review your account in your group savings plan to ensure that you're maximizing your savings plan, look at your current investment direction, review your savings plan statements and other financial statements that you bring to that first meeting. So you will talk about these goals that you've set or any other goals, and then obviously you'll address any questions or concerns, and finally discuss your next steps to schedule an additional meeting if you wish to do so. So to book an appointment, you'll need to click on the link that you see on the screen. And this link was provided to you in the announcement that you've already received. After signing up, a Plan Right representative will be in touch with you. We also have a mobile app that makes it easier for you to keep tabs on your retirement savings. Some of you may already be using this. So your VIP credentials will be what you've been logging in with. So for the new accounts under the Linamar plan, you'll use the same app. So you don't have to download a new app, and you'll just enter the email address and password that you set up during that registration process. So you can check your account balance, recent transactions, see a summary of your contributions, and continue to monitor your savings all from your mobile device. This app puts key details about your group retirement program right at your fingertips, anytime, anywhere. And just remember, the VIP room, that's not going to change. You can access that with your VIP credentials, your user ID and password. After you've registered for your new member secure site, you're going to use that login information to view your new information. So your email address and your password. Please pick up the phone if you have any questions whatsoever. So for the MacDon plan, if you've got questions, please call 1-800-242-1704. And maybe for something like if you need a duplicate tax receipt, please don't hesitate to call. And if you've got any questions on your new plans under the Linamar plan, give us a call at 1-888-727-7766. Maybe you're having login issues or forgot the name of our app. Please don't hesitate to call. So you will be sent the welcome letter from Manulife. Please register for the Member Secure site to access your new accounts. That's going to be outlined in that letter. Complete the beneficiary designation forms for both the RPP and RSP. And again, two ways of getting that to us. You can either email it to us, or you can use that send a doc feature that's just under the quick links on the homepage. Set up a meeting with the plan right advisor if you need advice. And before you do that, get things in order. Go through that STEPS retirement program, write down a lot of questions, gather up some of your information, maybe your statements, and then set up that appointment. And then going forward, revisit, stay informed, and give us a call anytime that you have any questions whatsoever. So thank you for joining me today, and it was a pleasure speaking to you all, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy.